since I was not aware of anything relative to this other than what I read in the paper here. So, what are your wishes?
Well, I got a question. I don't know if we're going to do 8.6. I got confused when we did the agenda. We voted on not changing nothing in the agenda, but are we going to do 8.6 or not? Is that on the agenda or not?
Yes, 8.6 is next.
Well, they said we weren't changing nothing.
What?
8.6 is the possibility of the per diem.
Vice Mayor said that he wanted to take 4.4 and 8.5 off. I forgot your words you used. And then someone made a motion that they wanted to approve the agenda the way it's wrote.
That's what
And those
that's
two
what they said,
pieces.
yes.
Okay. So is 8.6 on there or not?
I thought it was.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it wasn't. The people that made the motion said not to add nothing, so.
We didn't say not to add.
With no deletions.
No
Okay,
deletions.
I would like to table this, this computer thing, and put it with 8.6. Because I want to talk about the two resemble each other.
Okay.
I don't know what 8.6 is going to be, so I got to wait.
I think 8.6 dealt with the possibility of per diem
Right, but I didn't know the reasons, so we'd have no paperwork.
payments.
I could talk about the computers now if you want, but I'd rather have it after 8.6 if we
Okay.
could, if
Okay.
anybody agrees with that.
That's fine.
Okay, we can wait on 8.5 and do 8.6 first.
Okay?
And the possibility per diem payments in their dealings. Councilman Lane, you had suggested to add that one. Want to address that, please?
Sure. I just felt that we could just put it on a point of discussion tonight and put it as a reso next week if you want to. And I was just thinking as what the county and so on, people are doing, trying to save a dollar here and there. And of course, part of the computers is saving a dollar. And my per diem thoughts were similar in that we could temporarily set them aside until things were better in this country, and that's just up for discussion.
Okay, Mr. Mayor? I think we should move this to our workshop. I would like to see staff come up with how they would like to cut what they get paid to go to meetings too at this meeting. If we're going to do it, I want staff to do it.
Well, if there's no objection, we can move that whole thing over to the workshop.
Sure.
That'd be fine.
Okay. So, Madam Secretary, make a note that be part of the workshop agenda. Thank you. Then we had 4.2 from the consent agenda moved down to business. 4.2, to refresh your memory, is Resolution 09-020, appointing Councilman Tim O'Laughlin as vice mayor. Okay, it has been brought down below here, and the floor is open for any discussion. I believe Councilman Coop was the one that made that motion or move. So would you like to address that, please, Councilman?
Actually, what I'd like to do, but we'll see how it all turns out, kind of goes, my personal opinion is it kind of goes with 8.8, Resolution 09-002. I'd like to see them both put into a workshop for February 23rd at 6 o'clock and discuss this issue in the workshop setting. But if the council wants to go ahead with the resolution, that's their privilege.
Well, the council already passed a resolution on this last time. And the purpose of having it on the agenda tonight was just to give the clerk a place to hang her hat as far as the record was concerned. it wasn't meant to be rediscussed. It wasn't the purpose of this. It sounds to me like you had intended to rediscuss it again.
I'd like to in a workshop setting.
Well, the resolution was passed as a resolution already, and so we'd have to change that resolution if that was going to happen. And so I'll let it stand as it is right now by the resolution 09020, but if the council has, in its wisdom, found some better way to do it, it'd be fine. You know.
Mayor, if I can interject just procedural, I don't want to get bogged down in procedural things. As I understand it, I wasn't at the meeting. Bob Alsop from my office was here. As I understand it, there was a motion made to appoint you, the acting mayor, and that was approved 5-1. The administrator suggested, and I agreed, that you memorialize that motion, voice vote, in a resolution. And the reason, Mayor, as you've suggested, is because as mayor or acting mayor, there are signing responsibilities, signing other resolutions, signing checks, signing things on behalf of the city that becomes your responsibility, and it could be useful to the staff to have that in writing if a bank or a person that we're contracting with or somebody wants to see who has that authority. It's important to have that in writing. So that was the reason for the suggestion. I think it's always within the council's purview to reconsider decisions that you've made, and if the council wants to reconsider the motion appointing you vice mayor, that's possible to do, but that would be a motion to reconsider. It sounds like you want to have a work session, talk about that, and that's fine. I guess in the interim then, you are the acting mayor by motion. There's no requirement that this be in a resolution. It's just useful to the staff. So you are the acting mayor pending a reconsideration or some other action on that, and the staff will understand that that will come back then at your next meeting. Does that all seem right to everybody on the council? Okay. Thanks.
Question, Vice Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Who voted no on that?
It was unanimous.
Well, someone said it was 5-1.
I said that. I wasn't at the meeting. I
Okay,
thought I read in the minutes
it
that
was
it was 5-1.
It was unanimous
Okay.
at the last meeting.
We voted a half hour ago on a resolution approving the goals for the leadership team building session. And one of them goals is respect of the other people. This is my 5th